Hey Japan Craft Beer Travelers, I'm Andrew from Taiheiyogan and we're here at the MBCT and we're here with
Carl Setzer from Great Leap Brewing in Beijing.
And our special guest,
George from TDM 1874.
Yes. So, a lot of people probably don't know Great Leap that well.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, at least in Japan.
Yeah, okay.
Can you tell us a little bit about your brewery?
We started in 2010 in Beijing with a very small system in a historic residence in the center of the city. Now we have 3 locations and are building a production brewery in Tianjin. And we make beer.
I'd hope so.
Yes.
And this is your first time at the MBCT?
Well, this is the first MBCT.
Is it your first time at the MBC?
No, Great Leap has served beer for the last 2 years in Copenhagen at the MBCC. And then I had come as a fan for a couple of years before that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And you said earlier that you've been to Japan many times?
Yes, but off camera, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is your thoughts of Japan?
I started coming to Japan about 6 years ago as a certified beer judge for a competition that they do here. That actually happened last weekend. But through that, I was able to build relationships with a lot of the craft beer community, Baird Beer, the Japan Beer Times, a lot of the reporters, a lot of the other judges, bar owners. So I think it's a really great step out of the world of like Chinese craft beer to get a little perspective on how much farther we need to go to make a real market.
What do you think of the Japanese beer scene?
I think it's great. I think that there are a lot of things that are contextual to all craft beer markets. So China has China growth patterns and Japan adapts to Japan. And so the variety of beers are great. The volumes that are consumed here are a little less than what we see in the northeast of China. But there's way more imported brands that are available on the market in Japan. And so when you pop over, if you're in Yokohama and you go to Antenna America, it's like walking into a beer shop back home. Or you can go the exact opposite way and walk into like a Baird tap room and have nothing but Japanese craft beer available. So it's a really cool place to just get lost and enjoy yourself.
What's the craft scene like back in China?
It's kind of analogous to the late 90s in America, where there's a lot of people that are really excited about craft beer, but they don't know why. And a lot of people that are in the craft beer industry as like new breweries are struggling with quantity and channel and how to market and how to make their own identity with their brands. And it's really similar to what you found in the States when it was trying to define itself before the craft beer revolution of the 2000s. So I'd say it's right around there in China right now.
So were you here last week for the beer fest?
I was. Well, I judged at the international beer competition and then I stuck around for the 2 days of Beer Fest Yokohama to do the award ceremony and try some beers.
So you helped George win.
Yeah, I don't.
Medals.
It's blind judging, so I didn't. But if he deserved medals, then he got them.
Yes, of course. He definitely deserves them.
That was a great segue, George.
George.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your service.
My integrity, sure. It was just me. It's me alone in a room.
Yeah.
Yay, nay. That's how it works.
It's like gold, silver, bronze.
No medal. Yeah. Cool. All right, so George is here for just
Insight.
to stand here. Insight?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
Give us a little bit.
So I'm drinking your little general,
Yeah?
which your guy over the booth told me a little bit about, but could you tell the viewers what this beer is about?
Well, Great Leap built itself on the idea of supporting local ingredients and sustainability. And so most of our beers either are 100% or rely heavily on the Qingdao flower hop, which is indigenous to China. And so the Little General is an example of an IPA that is 100% aroma and flavor hopped with Chinese hops. So it's not a copy of international style or a North American or a British style. It's its own identity.
It's very unique. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
At least it's not interesting. That's never good.
Yeah. But I don't think I've had a beer where that Qingdao flavor is so pronounced as well.
Well, you wouldn't, because we're the only brewery in the world that uses whole flower Qingdao flower hops.
Right.
And we're the only brewery in the world that brews an IPA with Qingdao flower hops.
That's why it's unique.
That's why it's unique. And I really wish more people would do it, because it's our best-selling IPA and people love it. But sometimes it's hard to convince other people to trust a raw material that they've never used before.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So you're gonna try it?
Sorry?
Are you gonna try brewing with that?
Show me where to buy it. I'll give it a go.
It's really hard to export it, which is one of the biggest problems. But we take stock in the brewery of T90 pellets and whole flower compressed bales. So if you'd like to, we can communicate, see if we can get you some Qingdao flower.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So if the MBCT happens again next year, you're coming?
Of course.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
But these are like popularity contests. So who knows if we're popular next year? We might get overtaken by some like young blood. So you gotta stay on your toes. Of
course.
It's a dog eat dog out here, which is why the wolf is on the sign.
Is that why?
Probably, I don't know. Hi, Mikkel.
All right, thanks for your time.
That was a pleasure.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for telling me who George was halfway through the interview. I thought he was just another brewer that we were gonna throw it to him, and he was gonna be like, yeah, and I have a brewery too.
Yes.
Yeah, but just context.
He's the one who has the more knowledge than I do of everything.
Cool. Well, thank you for standing on either side of me.
Thank you. Kanpai.
Cheers.